Villains are an integral part of their respective media. Some are constantly aura farming and stealing the show in every scene they're in, sometimes even surpassing the main protagonist in terms of popularity. Some villains have no aura whatsoever and are either annoying, bad, unfunny, or just someone not intimidating at all. Villains with aura are the ones that are taken seriously. They have this air of danger around them whenever they show up. Antagonists like Darth Vader, he's a serious character. He aura farms constantly in my eyes. And Emperor Bellows is another great example. Then, there's villains that have no aura. Think Aloysius O'Hare from the Lorax, for example, or Gideon Gleeful. But what happens when a villain that seems goofy, quirky, a little silly, does end up stealing the show entirely and gaining all the aura? Well, that's what we're talking about today. I am the Dino Gamer 556, and this is Goofy Villains with Aura. Now, let's start with the first goofy villain that I want to talk about today. Bill Cipher. Now, Bill Cipher is the main antagonist of Gravity Falls, and although I've talked about him before, I think this context is another chance to say my thoughts. Bill Cipher has aura. He is someone the main characters in the audience rightly fears. Just the name brings fear to these characters. In fact, Ford goes to extreme lengths to stop Bill Cipher from coming back. His presence alone is enough. But when he does show up, he's comedic. Ever since his first appearance, he's been a rather silly guy. He makes jokes and carries the show's jokes entirely. That and Grunkle Stan, obviously. Bill absolutely steals the show. He's the man behind the mystery, the big threat looming in the background of Season 2. He's got mad aura. Think about that one scene with Ford, the burning field and him talking about his goals. This monologue of sorts is not only an awesome scene visually, but it further shows us that Bill is a threat. And that's what I love about Bill Cipher. He's able to be funny, memorable, being this quippy, theatrical guy, all while being a world-ending threat at the same time. That balance makes him such an intimidating, interesting, and fun villain to talk about. The Book of Bill further solidifies this. It's got great personality in it, and Bill is as funny as ever. Yet, the book still has that mystery, that aura around it that travels with Bill Cipher. Hence, that is why Bill Cipher is a great example of goofy villains with aura. It can be done, my friends, and we're just getting started. The next antagonist I'd like to talk about is more so just a rival for the main characters, but she does some pretty messed up things and is a total degenerate anyway. So let's get into Yuki Suo from Alia Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian. Gee, what a long title. Yuki is a super interesting character as she is the definition of two-faced. At first, she's proper, a nice lady, perfect for the student council, but she's a total freak behind closed doors. She's also super funny and entirely steals the show in every way. She's entertaining, she's funny, she even breaks the fourth wall. Just like her brother, she's a big otaku and reads manga a lot, and she makes a lot of jokes about that. She's quirky, she's fun. I don't really know what else to say, but that's just the goofy side of her, the tip of the iceberg. Based off what I've said, sounds like Yuki has no aura whatsoever. She reads romance manga, she makes, fourth wall breaking jokes. Doesn't sound like she's constantly aura farming. It just sounds like she's a character you shouldn't really take all seriously. Well, she gains it. She becomes the antagonist when the brother sides with Alia and supports her as her running mate to be student council president. In middle school, it's described that Yuki and her brother ran together for student council, and now that Masachika has chosen Alia over her, Yuki plans on getting student council president no matter what. In one memorable scene, she reveals her true self to Alia and threatens her. She's not losing. She goes from a friend to a rival, basically. Yet, she still is goofy. When she practices her villain monologue, she describes it as giving her final boss speech, further solidifying that she's a loser gamer just like the rest of us. She tells Alia to back off and give up on being president. It fails, and Yuki begins her plan. Yuki, although she might not seem like it, is a manipulator and seems to revel in her mind games on Alia. We will see her prey on Alia's insecurities and gives her a sob story to bait sympathy. And then she throws a curveball and humiliates Alia in front of a crowd. A huge fear for her. This making Yuki a serious threat, as she's willing to manipulate and even drug people to get her way. As when her brother is sick, she drugs him by giving the wrong medicine, causing him to sleep too long, missing school. And since he's gone, he can't help Alia, who blames herself for the humiliation Yuki gave her, this making it so Alia would get less votes in the campaign. And that's pretty smart. Yuki even seems to revel in especially Alia's pain as, well, Yuki is in love with Masachika, and she is jealous whenever she sees him with Alia, which makes her beef with Alia even more personal. And although what I said might not count as being as evil as Bill Cipher or Vox, socially manipulating people and humiliating them and drugging people so they stay asleep is pretty messed up in my eyes. So Yuki is able to be funny, entertaining, and all while having Oria as a serious threat in the season. Now let's talk about our last antagonist, Vox. Vox is a character who starts out with absolutely no aura. He instantly loses to Alistair in his song. The moment he has his aura, he loses it. And then Alistair steals his beat bar for bar and cooks him and stayed gone. And even though he watches Alistair get his ass beat, he's just over here like emoting on him, doing absolutely nothing. Season 2 is when Vox really gains his aura and really does take the spotlight. Vox is so entertaining in Season 2, and watching him win constantly, you're really wondering, how are these guys going to take him down? He stops Alistair and holds his own. He makes a guy explode on contact and creates massive craters whenever he, jumps into the ground using his lightning attack. That's aura. And don't even get me started on Vox Day. The entirety of the song, he's absolutely aura farming on the angels. So bad that they're straight up terrified of him. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I've already said that today, but it's kind of crazy how much he flips. He also gains a lot of aura in episode 7 when he does the whole get ready, you'll get a front row seats to the next extermination line. Honestly, the really only thing that tanks his aura is the finale, yet he still has aura when he says, as long as I get to wipe that smile off Alistair's face, I don't care what happens. Oh my goodness, the amount of emotion and oomph that line has. Vox, at the same time, he's goofy. Do you see the way he runs to that stupid gun? He's a goofy guy, yet at the same time, he is able to show that he is also not playing around. Homie, don't play like that. And that's what I love about Vox and goofy villains in general. They're able to make you laugh, but they're also able to give you that feeling in the pit of your stomach, that worry of, how are these people going to stop him? What are they going to do next? It's that unpredictability about these type of villains that make them so endearing to me. I love goofy villains who have aura. And as a subcategory, manipulator villains. But who doesn't? To an extent, Vox, Yuki, and Bill Cipher are all manipulators as they prey on other people's insecurities and feelings to get their way. Except Vox does this a little less, but he does do it with Camilla Carmine in episode 6. Point is, I love goofy villains with aura, and I think these 3 villains were great examples of that. Now, if you'd want to see me talk about more shows, more villains, maybe a part 2, give me some suggestions for villains that you find goofy but have aura, and give me some feedback. Anyway, make sure to like, subscribe so the algorithm doesn't hate me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.